Have you ever wondered what people secretly desire? What if I told you that every click, every search, and every anonymous interaction online paints a shocking picture of human sexuality? This isn't just about adult content. It's about the deepest, most hidden cravings of billions of people. Today, we dive into A Billion Wicked Thoughts, a groundbreaking book that unveils the untold story of human desire, based on the largest behavioral experiment in history, the internet. Stick around, because what you're about to hear will challenge everything you thought you knew about attraction, fantasies, and the difference between men and women. Chapter 1. What do we really like? Sexuality has been a mystery for centuries. Scientists have long attempted to understand what truly drives human attraction, but traditional studies relied on self-reported surveys, which often led to biased or incomplete conclusions. But thanks to the internet, we now have access to real, unfiltered data on what people actually desire, free from social conditioning and embarrassment. The book uses internet search data to analyze male and female sexual preferences. Unlike traditional studies, which depend on what people say they like, this approach reveals the truth, what people actually seek out when they believe no one is watching. The key finding? Men and women have fundamentally different triggers for arousal, shaped by evolution and social structures. While men's desires are often direct and visually driven, women's are more intricate, involving emotion, storytelling, and status. This data challenges many long-held beliefs about what is normal when it comes to human sexuality. Chapter 2. Monkey Pay PR View. Imagine a world where you could trade food for a peek at something you deeply crave. It turns out this world isn't just human. It exists among monkeys too. In an experiment conducted on rhesus macaques, researchers found that male monkeys were willing to trade fruit juice to look at images of female monkey butts. This experiment mirrors human behavior. Men are highly visual in their sexual preferences and will go to great lengths for visual stimulation. The internet confirms this. Pornography dominates male-focused content, with video and image-heavy platforms catering to their visual desires. In contrast, women prefer narrative-driven erotica, which is why romance novels, fan fiction, and erotica aimed at women emphasize emotional build-up, relationships, and forbidden love. This chapter highlights a crucial evolutionary difference. Men respond instantly to visual sexual cues, while women's arousal builds gradually, influenced by context, story, and emotions. Chapter 3. ELMER FUDD, WABBIT Hunter. What if I told you that men's and women's sexual brains operate like two completely different characters from a classic cartoon? Meet ELMER FUDD and Miss MARPLE. The book uses the analogy of ELMER FUDD, the hunter, to describe male sexual psychology. Just like the cartoon character, men see their target, aim, and fire, often with little hesitation. This reflects how men's sexual response is fast and direct, focused on immediate gratification. On the other hand, women's sexual psychology is compared to Miss Marple, the detective, who pieces together clues and analyzes the full picture before making a move. Women's attraction involves evaluating social cues, a partner's personality, and their overall desirability over time. This explains why courtship, foreplay, and emotional connection play a vital role in female arousal. Evolutionarily, this makes sense. Women needed to ensure that they chose partners who would provide safety, stability, and strong genetics for their offspring. Chapter 4. The Miss Marple Detective Agency. Have you ever noticed how women often get invested in a slow-burning romance, analyzing every text, every word, and every glance? That's because their brains are designed to decode a man's intentions before fully committing to attraction. Women's sexual attraction isn't about immediate physical appeal. It's about understanding a partner's deeper qualities. They subconsciously analyze status, intelligence, humor, kindness, and dominance before feeling aroused. This explains why women are drawn to fictional characters who reveal depth over time, such as Mr. Darcy for Pride and Prejudice or Christian Grey from 50 Shades of Grey. Women also enjoy anticipation, tension, and emotional storytelling, which is why slow-burn romance and forbidden love narratives are so popular. On a biological level, this makes sense. Women had to ensure their partner would stay and provide for their offspring, rather than just mate and leave. This chapter also explains why confidence and social proof matter more to women than just raw physical appearance. A man's ability to lead, command respect, and provide security plays a significant role in female attraction. In short, while men are visual hunters, women are emotional detectives. Their attraction isn't just about looks, it's about uncovering the true nature of their potential partner. Chapter 5. Ladies prefer alphas. Why do women, across cultures and generations, seem irresistibly drawn to dominant, confident, high-status men? Is it just a social construct, or is there something deeper at play? Science says it's all about evolution. Women are naturally drawn to alpha males, men who exhibit strength, confidence, and leadership. This preference isn't just cultural, it's deeply wired into female psychology due to evolutionary pressures. In ancestral times, a woman's survival and her offspring's well-being depended on choosing a mate who could provide protection, resources, and stability. Traits of an alpha male: dominance, assertiveness, high social status, leadership abilities, confidence, and physical strength. Modern equivalents of alpha males: CEOs, celebrities, athletes, politicians, and men in positions of influence. This explains the bad boy phenomenon. Women are drawn to men who exude power, risk-taking behavior, and a sense of mystery. However, it's not just about arrogance. Women prefer leaders who show kindness, intelligence, and competence. This is why many romance novels, movies, and fantasies revolve around the idea of a dominant yet devoted man who falls for just one special woman. Studies show that women's attraction to alpha traits increases during ovulation, a time when their biological drive is strongest. The takeaway? Women want a man who stands out, leads, and provides security, but also respects and values them. Chapter 6. The Sisterhood of the Magic Who. Why do so many romance stories focus on a single woman taming the heart of a powerful man? It all comes down to the idea of the magic who. The belief that a woman's love can transform an alpha male into her devoted partner. Women's sexual psychology is not just about physical attraction, but also about feeling uniquely desired. The magic who theory suggests that women want to be so irresistible that even the most dominant, unattainable man falls madly in love with them. This is why romance novels feature powerful men, billionaires, warriors, vampires, rock stars, who are often cold, ruthless, or emotionally unavailable, but become utterly devoted to the heroine. It's not just fantasy. This taps into a real biological drive. In evolution, a woman's ultimate success wasn't just attracting a strong mate, but ensuring he stayed, provided, and protected her and their offspring. This is why jealousy and possessiveness in male characters, within reason, can be oddly attractive. They signal commitment and exclusivity. Women don't just want casual attraction. They want a bond so strong that no other woman could replace them. The psychological effect? A sense of validation, importance, and emotional security. This is also why forbidden love, enemies to lovers, and love triangle tropes are so popular, because they emphasize the idea of being uniquely chosen over all others. The modern dating world disrupts this desire. When a man has too many options, it reduces the illusion of exclusivity and devotion, making long-term attraction harder to sustain. The takeaway? Women don't just want love, they want to feel irreplaceable. Chapter 7. Boys will be boys. Why do men seem to be biologically wired to chase after youth, beauty, and physical perfection? It's not just superficial. There's a powerful, evolutionary reason behind it. Men's sexual attraction is primarily driven by fertility cues, traits that indicate a woman is young, healthy, and capable of bearing children. This is why youthful features, symmetrical faces, clear skin, and a waist-to-hip ratio of 0.7 are consistently found attractive across cultures. Men don't consciously think about fertility, but their instincts push them toward these signals. This is also why makeup, fashion, and cosmetic enhancements focus on exaggerating these fertility cues. In contrast to women who value personality, status, and emotional depth in attraction, men's initial desire is almost entirely visual. Studies show that even in online dating, men prioritize photos over personality descriptions, whereas women are more likely to read bios before swiping. The internet reflects this stark difference. Adult content consumed by men is overwhelmingly visual, while women prefer erotic stories with emotional depth. But here's the key difference. While women's attraction builds over time, men's attraction can be instantaneous. This is why men fall in love faster and tend to confess feelings earlier than women. Their arousal and emotional bonding happen much quicker. However, while men are initially drawn to looks, long-term attraction depends on compatibility, emotional connection, and shared values. The biggest challenge in modern relationships? Men and women operate on different timelines of attraction. Men feel instant chemistry, while women need time to process their emotions. The takeaway? Men are wired to be visual creatures, but lasting love requires more than just attraction. It needs emotional depth and connection. Chapter 8. A tall man with a nice tush. Have you ever wondered why women swoon over tall men with strong builds and a confident stride? It turns out physical traits like height and body shape play a crucial role in attraction, but not just for shallow reasons. There's deep evolutionary psychology behind it. Women are biologically wired to be drawn to height, broad shoulders, and a strong lower body. Why height? Height has historically been associated with dominance, protection, and good genes. A taller man had advantages in physical confrontations and hunting, making him a more desirable mate. Studies show that women overwhelmingly prefer taller men, with many even setting a minimum height requirement in dating apps. The preference for strong legs and a well-shaped backside is another interesting factor. A strong, muscular lower body indicates athleticism, endurance, and high testosterone levels, which signal good health and vitality. Even in movies and books, male protagonists often fit this mold: tall, powerful, and exuding confidence. However, attraction isn't just about pure physicality. How a man carries himself, walks, and exudes confidence plays a significant role in how women perceive him. The takeaway? Height and body structure may create an initial spark, but confidence and body language seal the deal. Chapter 9. Cheating Wives and Girls Gone Wild. Why do forbidden affairs and wild, reckless behavior capture people's fantasies? The answer lies in psychology. The thrill of the forbidden activates something deep within us. Cheating wives, public exposure, and secret affairs are some of the most commonly searched fantasies online. The psychology behind this fascination? Scarcity, risk, and heightened emotional stakes. Studies show that when something is forbidden or risky, the human brain assigns it more value, making it more exciting. Why do some people fantasize about cheating? It taps into the idea of being desired despite the risks. It creates a sense of urgency, passion, and secrecy that heightens arousal. The fantasy of public exposure plays on the thrill of breaking social norms and the idea of being caught. Women's erotic literature and romance novels often feature forbidden love, secret affairs, or dangerous liaisons, reinforcing this theme. However, the key distinction? While the fantasy is appealing, the reality is far more complex and often undesirable. The takeaway? The human brain craves excitement, risk, and passion, but real-life stability and commitment remain essential. Chapter 10. Lords and Lordosis. Why do certain body movements and postures instantly captivate attention? It turns out, the answer has been hardwired into human biology for millions of years. Lordosis posture, the natural arching of the lower back and tilting of the hips, is a universal sexual signal found across many species. In mammals, including humans, lordosis enhances the curvature of the spine, making the female figure more pronounced and accentuating the hips. This posture unconsciously signals fertility, openness to mating, and physical readiness. The reason why men find this attractive? Evolution has conditioned them to respond to cues that indicate fertility and reproductive potential. Fashion and beauty trends unknowingly enhance this effect. High heels create an exaggerated arch, emphasizing lordosis. Certain dance moves and walking styles accentuate the natural curve. Tight clothing highlights hip curvature, making the effect even more pronounced. This preference isn't just cultural. It's seen in historical art, sculptures, and depictions of beauty from ancient civilizations. The takeaway? Certain body postures instinctively draw attention because they signal key reproductive and evolutionary advantages. Chapter 11. Erotical Illusions. Have you ever wondered why different people find vastly different things attractive? It turns out, our brains are masters of illusion, shaping our desires in ways we don't even realize. Attraction isn't just about biology. It's shaped by experiences, culture, and personal history. People's earliest experiences with attraction and desire influence what they find appealing as adults. This is why individuals develop unique kinks, preferences, and turn-ons. They're shaped by early conditioning and cultural exposure. Erotical illusions occur when the brain associates certain images, scents, or situations with arousal, even if they don't have an innate biological link. Example: someone who had an early crush on a librarian may develop an attraction to glasses and bookish personas later in life. Why do cultural beauty standards change over time? Because societal influences constantly shape what is considered desirable. What does this mean for attraction today? Social media, movies, and advertising constantly reinforce certain ideals. Personal experiences, memories, and past relationships subtly influence our preferences. The internet has amplified this effect. Exposure to diverse content allows people to explore new fantasies and redefine their desires. The takeaway? Attraction is both instinctive and learned. What we desire is a combination of biology, experience, and the world around us. So what does all this mean? Are we slaves to biology, or do we have the power to shape our desires? The answer is both. Biology sets the foundation, but culture and experience refine our desires. The internet has given us unprecedented insight into human sexuality, and what we desire is far more complex than we ever imagined. One thing is certain: our desires are deeply ingrained, constantly evolving, and uniquely human. What do you think about these insights? Did anything surprise you? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing book summaries. Until next time, keep exploring the mysteries of the mind.